Hi guys, Dong Ngo here, and this is the Dual Extrusion 3D printer from Monoprice. But before we get to it, let's find out quickly about 3D printing. It's quite simple. Now here is my second cup of coffee for the day. It's not very good, but no worry. I have this right here. And take a look. Voila. Issue is better now, but most importantly, I just printed a 3D object on top of the cup. Now the same idea with this printer here, of course a lot more complicated. The printer has a printer head right here. It comes with a dual extruder. Now that means it can work with two materials at the same time. Now on the back here there are two spools of print material called filaments, black and white. There are also one of different colors that you can buy. These are basically easily melted, fast congeal plastic string. The string goes through this tube right here into one of the extruders, where it got heated and melt, and then comes down on the plate below here called the build platform. Now as it's coming down, the printer head here move around and hence form the 3D object underneath. Now that sounds simple enough, but 3D printing can be very time consuming and intimidating. Now the machine here, for example, it looks nice, but it's nice because I already put it together. Out of the box, you actually have to assemble part of it. It's very similar to buying furniture from IKEA. Now the hardest part is the calibration, or basically make the platform right here, the build platform, to stay in a perfect position. Two things. Number one, you have to be completely level. Number two, you have to be just a little bit away from the printer head above. Not too far, not too close. Now you can use the control panel here, right here, with this navigation button to help with the calibration process. And there are 3 screws underneath the platform for you to adjust the height and the tilt. Now the second hard part is the software. It's very fragmented. The printer here uses open source software, and it requires 2 pieces. First is the Replicator G, which is the print software, and the second is Python. Now you have to install those separately, and after that you have to actually configure Replicator G to work with Python. Now once that installed, the Replicator G actually very powerful software. It allows you to view, manipulate, and print 3D objects. Now it takes a long time to print a 3D object. For example, these Yoda guys right here, it takes an hour and a half to finish. Or this iPhone 4 case right here, 2 hours. Obviously, the larger the object and the more complicated it is, the longer it takes to print. Now the printer connects to a computer using a USB port on the back here, but it also comes with an SD card slot. The card slot right here, hidden inside, actually allows you to print without a computer. That's very helpful because the print process can take hours, and if you use a computer for the printing and the computer goes into sleep mode, the print is a fail. Before I could print something nice like this thing right here, I have to go through a pile of fail right here. And this actually took hours. So basically, for most of you, I think for now you should just stick with playing with the whipped cream. But if you're up to the challenge of this emerging technology, the Monoprice is actually a really cool and fun machine to have. And I think it's worth the current price of $1,200, which is actually cheaper than some competing models. For more of the printer here, check out my full review at CNET.com. By the way, all this right here is art, because I made it. And that's because I'm Dong Ngo, and this has been the first look at the Dual Extrusion 3D printer from Monoprice. And you know, actually pretty good. Next time I skip the coffee entirely.